Hello everyone. Right now we will learn how to divide fractions with mixed numbers. So this is an important first step when dividing with mixed numbers. This is a rule. You must convert all mixed numbers to improper fractions first. So take note, when there is a mixed number involved, you need to change or convert that mixed number into improper fraction. And once you have it in improper fraction, then since it is the division of fraction, you have to apply the KCF or the keep, change, flip. All right, let's solve the first problem. Here's an example for that. How would you divide this? As you can see, we have a mixed number. 2 and 1/3 is a mixed number. We divide it in 3/4, and 3/4 is a fraction. So we have a mixed number and a fraction. So how will you divide the two? So the rule is to change the mixed fraction into a fraction, into an improper fraction. So you have, how would you change 2 and 1/3 into an improper fraction? Here's a trick. So to convert the mixed number into an improper fraction, so that means you need to add 2 and 1/3. What you will do, this is the trick now, is you multiply 2. So if you have 2 and 1/3, you multiply 2 and 3, that is 6. And then you add it to 1. So 7. So 2 times 3 is 6 plus 1, 7. 7/3. So it becomes, so the 2 and 1/3. So 2 and 1/3 becomes 7/3. So how did we do it again? We multiply 2 times 3, and that is equal to 6. And then we add the numerator 1. So that's be 7. And then just copy 3 from the denominator of 2 and 1/3. And that would be 7/3. So we now have an improper fraction. So let's do it again. Now we have one fraction divided by another fraction. So now we can proceed with the division of fraction because we already converted the mixed number into an improper fraction. And what are the rules for dividing fractions? We apply the KCF. So I want you to maybe watch my previous videos on division of fractions. I have, well, there are some problems that I discussed there on how to divide fractions. So the rule is keep, change, and flip. That means you keep the first fraction, 7/3. You change the division to a multiplication. So keep, change, and you flip the last fraction, 3/4, into 4/3. So keep, change, and flip. And it will become like this. So from this on top, it becomes to this one. You keep 7/3, you change division into multiplication, and then you flip 3/4 into 4/3. Now you have a multiplication of fraction, which is quite easy. Because if you have multiplication, you just multiply the numerator, which is 28. You also multiply the denominators, which is 9. So your answer is 28/9. But be careful, you cannot give this as your answer because that is an improper fraction. You need to convert it back to a mixed number for your final answer. So you just have to divide 28 divided by 9. 28 divided by 9 is actually 3. And there's a remainder of 1. That is 1/9. So 28 over 9, improper fraction, can be rewritten into a mixed number of 3 and 1/9. And 1/9 is already in simplified form. So our final answer would be 3 and 1/9. Right? If you have questions, just leave your comments down below. Problem number 2. We will divide two mixed numbers. This time we have two mixed numbers divided. So the same rules applied. You need to change the mixed numbers into improper fractions. So this one must be changed to improper fraction. This one must also be changed into improper fraction. How do we do that again? Okay, let's do it here. So for 3 and 1/2, how did we do it? We multiply 2 and 3 plus 1. So 2 and 3 is 6 plus the numerator of 1. So it is actually 7/2. Right? What about 1 and 1/4? How will we convert it into an improper fraction? We multiply 4 and 1 and we add the numerator 1, and that would be 5. So it will become 5/4. Right? So now we can rewrite our problem into this one. See, it looks like this now. So we have 7/2 and 5/4, and 7/2 and 5/4. So 7/2 divided by 5/4. And since it is a division of fraction, we apply the keep, change, flip. And so we keep the first fraction, keep it, don't change anything about it, keep 7/2. Now change division into multiplication, and the C and the last one is to flip. Flip 5/4 into 4/5. And we put it back, so it will become like this. We kept it, we change it, and we flip it. Now that we have multiplications of fractions, we multiply both. All right, so we multiply it here. You can actually multiply it immediately, so here you can multiply it like 7 times 4 is 28 over 10. So that could be an answer, 28 over 10. Or you can also, in this case, it is simplify. You can factor it out, and multiply it like this. But our answer is 28 over 10. Or you can divide this one by 2, divide this by 2, and it would be 14 over 5, which is the final answer here. 14 over 5. So the final answer is 14 over 5, or you can now convert it into a mixed number. So 14 over 5 can be rewritten as 2 over 4/5. So 14 divided by 5 is 2. The remainder is 4. So 2 and 4/5. So you can have uh, this as the answer, or you can also have this as your answer depending on your professor or your teacher. No, some teachers will not accept this as the final answer. So it should not be an improper fraction. So some teachers would only accept the result as a mixed number, so 2 and 4/5. So maybe you could ask your professor or your teacher if any of these would be accepted, 14 over 5 or 2 and 4/5. So, but most would actually just accept this as the final answer, 2 and 4/5. So let's have problem number 3. We have here complex division with multiple mixed numbers. We now have 3. Uh, so 2 and 2/3 divided by 1 and 1/6 divided by 1/2. So the same rules applied. We will convert mixed numbers to improper fractions. So we have 2 mixed numbers here. 2 and 2/3 and 1 and 1/6 are mixed numbers. So 1/2, okay, there's no problem for 1/2. It's already a proper fraction. So we will now convert the other 2 uh, mixed numbers. So what about 2 and 2/3? How will we convert it? We multiply 2 and 3, that's 6, plus 2 is 8, right? So it would be 8/3. What about 1 and 1/6? It would be 1 times 6 plus 1, right? And that would be 7. 7/6. So we now have these fractions. See, this one is 8/3 divided by 7/6, and the last fraction, which is 1/2. And how do we do it? How will we divide 3 fractions? We go from left to right. So if you haven't watched the previous videos, I have a video specifically uh, intended for division of fractions, and we have there fractions like 4 fractions divided. So here, if you have 3 fractions divided, you need from left to right. So first you need to divide 8/3 divided by 7/6. How would you divide those? You need to apply keep, change, and flip. So keep 8/3, then change it to multiplication, and then you flip this one into 6/7. And once you have that, you can start multiplying 8/6 and 7/3, right? So if you multiply it, here's the multiplication of both. What's happening in there? Well, it's actually been cancelled just to make the numbers smaller. But you can actually have this one multiplied already. Now, if you multiply this already, and then you'll have 48 divided by 21, right? You can multiply it like that. And when you do that, you can also, the answer should be 16 divided by 7, right? Yes, because you divide it by 3, and 16/7 should be the answer. Now that you have 16/7, remember you still have the other fraction. So 16/7 divided by 1/2. And you apply again, keep, change, split. So you keep 16/7. You change this one, the division, into multiplication. And then you flip 1/2 into 2/1. And then you multiply them. 16 times 2 is 32. 7 times 1 is 7. So it's 32/7, the final fraction now. After multiplying 3 fractions, the answer is 32/7. But since this is an improper fraction, you need to change it into a mixed number. So you just have to divide 32 divided by 7. 32 divided by 7. The answer there is 4. And there is a remainder, right? And the remainder is also 4. So 32/7 is actually 4, and 4/7. Is 4/7 in its simplest form? Yes, it is. Therefore, the final answer is actually 4 and 4/7. Again, this could be an accepted answer depending on your teacher or your professor. So 32/7 improper fraction can be accepted, or you can have an answer in terms of a mixed number, which is 4 and 4/7. And here is an alternative method. This alternative method, which I've also discussed in a previous video, is you convert everything at once. Since you have your divide, you convert this one. So you keep 8/3. You change this into times. You flip this 6/7. You change this into multiplication, and then you flip this one. So what happens there? It becomes something like this. Okay? It becomes something like that. 3 times 6 times 2 is 96. 3 times 7 times 1 is 21. Or you can reduce it as 32 over 7. And then 32 over 7 is a proper fraction. It could be changed into a mixed number. And as you can see, it's the same answer as the other one here. So this is just an alternative method where we converted everything all at once. But the answers must be the same. So the final answer is 4 and 4/7. So here's the summary and what we just did for all our problems. So the first step is to always convert mixed numbers into improper fractions first. And once they are improper fractions now, since it is division of fractions, you apply keep, change, flip, right? So you could convert the division into a multiplication. How you can simplify it before multiplying if you want. No, if the numbers are so huge, you can simplify the numbers before you multiply them. And once you have multiplied them, you need to convert back to a mixed number if the result is an improper fraction, right? So for multiple divisions of fractions, you need to remember that you need to work it from left to right. Now divide it from left fraction to the rightmost fraction and convert divisions to multiplications at once. So those are just some key steps in the division of mixed numbers. All right. If you have questions, said, please leave some comments below, and please don't forget to follow. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe to the channel so you could follow the other videos that I'll be posting soon. All right. Thank you so much.